young men who are choosing to enlist in the Korean military and what makes the sacrifice worth it for them.
Military. It is not something that most youths look forward to, but there are those who chose to enlist even though they were exempt from service. We met up with Korean youths who willingly returned to Korea to serve their country. The first batch of national servicemen for 2009 are being admitted to the Korea Army Training Center on this day. The turnout is tremendous as their families and friends have gathered to see them off.
그냥 지금 별 느낌 없는데요. 좀 시원섭섭해요. 직업 군인하러 가는 거니까요. 마음 그렇게 그래도 좋지는 않네요.
Some willingly enlist even when they didn't have to.
저 영국에서 왔어요.
Jo Il-hyung, a permanent resident of the UK, is one such patriot. The first stage of enlistment is getting a crew cut fit for soldiers. It doesn't take long to take it all off. Although Jo was prepared to have his hair sheared, he didn't expect this. It will take some getting used to.
이렇게 짧을 줄 몰랐어요.
어느 정도 자르려는?
한 1cm는 될 줄 알았는데.
He could have stayed at the UK and went on with his life. Why did he choose to give up those privileges?
우리나라 시민인데 시민으로 태어났는데 국적을 또 포기하는 게 좀 심적으로 포기하기 좀 너무 아까웠고요. 어머니는 좀 반대하시는 편이었는데 아버지는 제가 정신 차리고 나와라는 뜻인데 오히려 좋다고 생각하시는 것 같아요.
Although all Korean men will be enlisted for mandatory military service, those who are permanent residents in foreign countries are exempt from service. In Jo's case, he chose the less beaten path. He flew to Korea to enlist without hesitation. For 2 years, military camps will be their home away from home. These enlistees have a tough road ahead. Although the number of volunteer enlistees who gave up their rights to be exempt from service is few, this number continues to increase. In the past, such people had to give up their foreign resident status if they were to enlist, as they are not allowed to travel overseas while serving. But since 2004, they're allowed to travel back to their country of permanent residence during leave, and are spared from having to give up that status.
여기 모인 우리 아들들이 힘겨움을 마친 후에는 당당한 대한민국의 아들로 단련되어 다시 인사드릴 것입니다.
어머니 아버지 그동안 정말 감사했습니다. 2년 후 아주 멋진 모습으로 돌아옵니다. 감사합니다.
Right now, everything is new and they have a lot to learn. Given time, these greenhorns will receive the right training that will shape them into full-fledged rock soldiers. After their training camp admission ceremony, 4 weeks of intense basic military training begins. An outdoor training is in session. Among the numerous boot camp trainees are 12 foreign residents who willingly signed up to serve their home country. Although this battlefield is a simulation, it is as close to the real thing as it can get. Thanks to 4 weeks of training, these young servicemen will learn to move swiftly while in the heat of the battle. Every day is a grind, but the enlistees have no regrets about the choice they made. They push themselves hard to learn all they can.
산도 없어서 진짜 한 10년 만에 산에 오는 것 같습니다. 진짜 힘들었어요. 그냥 볼 때 재밌었는데 막 설모가 산도 뛰어가야 되고 숨이 너무 차가지고 계속 자세도 흐트러지고 어저께 열심히 배웠는데 되게 보람이 있었어요.
The morning training is over, and it's the time every enlistee looks forward to. Chow time.
아니야, 이거 항상 밥은 남아.
이거 먹어야 하나 싶었습니다. 먹어봤는데 물 맛입니다.
The meal served and the tableware used takes some getting used to. But by the 4th week of training, every bite tastes like little drops of heaven.
이 시장은 우리 부모님의 피땀 어린 세금으로 마련한 것이므로 감사히 맛있게 먹겠습니다.
The volunteer enlistees have learned to appreciate the energy boost they receive from typical Korean food. They're undergoing various changes during their time here. Let's see if they have some interesting anecdotes to share.
군대 와서 제일 크게 느낀 게 생각보다 우리나라 국방력이 세구나. 어떨 때 있는 거예요? 나 이렇게 훈련 받으면서 하는 거 볼 때 수류탄도 직접 던지고 실탄도 진짜 실제로 쏘고.
아무래도 영어는 이렇게 존댓말도 없다 보니까 거의 그런 게서 많이 실수를 해서 처음에는 많이 얼차려도 받고 혼난 것 같습니다. 이게 처음에는 힘들지만 이렇게 적응이 돼서 이렇게 윗사람을 존중하는 말을 쓰는 거 보면 이게 뭔가 또 윗사람에 대한 자세도 바라지고 저절로.
The grand finale of the outdoor military training course is, of course, the march. It's a 30-kilometer march back to the training center. In the pitch black of the night, the true battle against oneself begins.
지금 30km 가는데요. 지금은 아직은 잘 모르겠습니다. 지금 시작이라. 네, 자신 있습니다. 끝까지 걷겠습니다.
With a 25-kilogram load on their shoulders, every step is a grind. In order to not make things any more challenging for their brother-in-arms, they resist all urges to slow down or quit. They push themselves to the limit and soldier on. 30 kilometers is quite a distance to cover. After marching for 8 hours, finally the enlistees receive a well-deserved break.
야, 이 정도면 최고 괜찮은 거야. 알겠어?
어차피 군대 왔으니까 다 생각한 거고 열심히 하겠습니다.
It's past midnight. The worn-out soldiers recharge by quenching their thirst or munching on some rice cakes. Looks like 4 weeks of training have sharpened their physical abilities. They're ready for more.
예, 긴장하고 있습니다. 예, 아주 힘들 것 같은데 뭐 어쩔 수 없죠. 열심히 해야죠. 조금씩 배우고 있습니다. 여기서. 예. 아마 괜찮을걸?
They help one another get up on their feet, and the big march continues. 2 a.m. The gates of the training center open wide to signal the completion of the grueling 30-kilometer march.
힘들었는데 되게 뜻깊었습니다. 어떤 힘으로
자기 자신에게 잘할 거야.
충성! 행군 끝! 행군 30km 행군 힘들게 끝냈는데 이대로 들어갈 수 있나? 없지?
Once their basic military training is complete, the soldiers will be dispatched to their respective units. Every soldier will be assigned to a post where he can best utilize his skills. A unit in Yeosu, South Jeolla Province. This is where PFC Shin Tae-hee, who lived abroad for 10 years, has been dispatched to carry out his administrative duties as a national serviceman.
대한민국 남자로서 당연히 군대는 한다고 생각하고.
Of course, at first, life in the army wasn't smooth sailing for this soldier. But this is his 7th month in the service, and he has fit in just fine. A quick response exercise prepares soldiers for emergency situations when they are needed to spring into action immediately. This is one exercise that requires swift action from soldiers. and Shin has learned to respond accordingly.
나름대로 이제 나가고 이렇게 참 군인답게 이게 진짜 군인이 아닌가 그런 생각이 듭니다.
Another tough day comes to an end. In the barracks, some servicemen are unwinding by playing chess.
체스는 잘 치는데 이제 장기를 잘 못 떠서 막 이런 것도 많이 가르쳐 주시고.
While working and living together, Shin's platoon mates helped him get better accustomed to various aspects of Korean culture. Shin has something to offer his platoon mates in return.
He was a mild man.
As a show of gratitude to his patient and understanding platoon mates that helped him adjust to Korean military life, he teaches them English. Shin is happy he made the bold choice to serve his country. But of course, there is one downside to his choice.
외국에 계시고 얼굴도 잘 못 보니까 그런 점에서 많이 힘든 것 같습니다.
Just like any other day, the trumpet sounds at 6 a.m. and the soldiers jog topless in the freezing cold. But there is something special about this day. It's Lunar New Year.
한 해가 시작되었다. 올 한 해 여러분들의 모든 꿈이 이루어지고 열심히 최선을 다하자. 이상!
Instead of tteokguk, which is a traditional dish of choice for Lunar New Year, dumpling soup is served. Although Shin is far from home and family, the tasty and nourishing meal lifts his spirit. Koreans celebrate Lunar New Year as the true New Year over January 1st. It's one of Korea's biggest holidays, rich with various customs.
우리 병사들이 멀리 이제 부모님하고 다 떨어져 있다 보니까 고향에 대한 그 향수도 느끼고 그다음에 우리 전통의 설을 맞아서 그 행사를 주관하면서 우리가 또 설의 의미를 짚어보려고.
As part of the Lunar New Year celebrations, traditional Korean ancestral rites are performed on this day. It's quite a unique experience for Shin, who is taking part in such an event for the first time.
문화가 다르니까 이런 거는 이제 독특하게 한국 문화라 할까?
Pouring one another some wine and drinking to wish for a great year ahead is another uniquely Korean custom.
오늘 마음껏 즐길 준비 되셨습니까?
The dedicated servicemen work hard and play hard too. And there is no better time to showcase their hidden talents than during a holiday like this. Shin's platoon mates take center stage with their comedic aerobic routine. The performance is a bit rough around the edges, but the important thing is that they had fun together.
군대에서 명절을 보내니까 좀 쌍막한 것도 있기도 한데 이렇게 장기자랑 하면서 명절을 이렇게 보내니까 좀 재밌기도 하고.
That evening, the servicemen filmed themselves to create video greetings for their families to watch.
아버지, 어머니, 아들 최민수입니다. 참으로 다사다난하였던 한 해가 마무리되고 희망과 꿈의 새해가 밝았습니다.
공복무 생활 열심히 마치고 돌아올 때까지 열심히 하겠습니다.
It's been a long time since we last spoke, almost about 7 months. I hope you're well too. I'm doing well, good, so no need to worry about me. I'll call sometimes. That's all.
Shin and others like him chose sacrificing years of freedom for the betterment of a country they call home. Along with countless others to serve, these Koreans are proud to play their part in defending their homeland.
아쉬운
Those were our stories for today. For those hitting the road as we finish this long holiday, I wish you safe travels. We'll see you at the next edition.